Runnemede Board of Education meeting is called to order. The Board of Education is in compliance with Chapter 231 of the Public Laws of 1975 entitled the Open Public Meetings Act. The time, date, and location of this meeting was appropriately advertised by notifying in retrospect as well as posting notices in the Borough Hall, Runnemede Post Office, Mary Volk School, Alliant Bingham School, Grace Downing School, and the Runnemede Public School District website. Please rise and join us in the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Roll call, board members.
Ms. Beebe, Ms. Davey, Ms. Davidson, Mr. Lego, Ms. O'Brien.
Here.
Ms. Sams.
Here.
Ms. Warner.
Here.
Ms. Panzarella.
Here.
Ms. Spalding.
Yes.
We do have a quorum.
Also present, Mark Iannucci, Superintendent of Schools, Dr. Sean McCarron, Business Administrator and Director of Curriculum, Mr. Steve Peely, Principal of Old School, Mr. Steve Maloney, Vice Principal of Old School, and Mr. Frank Hines, Supervisor of Building and Grounds. At this time, I need a motion to approve the reorg minutes from 1-5.
I'll make that motion. I'll second.
Motion made by Maria, seconded. Sorry, by Melissa. Sorry, Melissa. I'm trying to do two things at once. Any questions on the minutes? Roll call.
Ms. O'Brien.
Yes.
Ms. Sams.
Yes.
Ms. Warner.
Yes.
Ms. Panzarella.
Yes.
Ms. Spalding.
Yes.
Motion passes.
No presentations or correspondence this month. At this time, we're open for public comments on agenda items only. Anything on this agenda, if you have any questions at this time, now is the time to ask. If there's no questions, then we'll move forward with the superintendent's report.
Good evening, everyone. Thanks for coming. Tonight, district enrollment as of middle of February is steady or similar numbers. So we've added about 5 or 6 students at the beginning of the year. We've lost some students as well, so it's balanced out. Currently in district, we're planning for the 26-27 school year. Today we met with the child study team and the administrative team to plan out some various program, if there's any program changes coming up, as well as facility changes. We did meet also with Frank Hines this afternoon, Dr. McCarron and myself, talking about some summer projects. Are you talking about that here? So I'll kind of explain that in a minute. So again, it's all planning for next year. You know, it's February, midway through this year. We're underway, as Dr. McCarron likes to say, it is budget season. So we're in the process of gathering that information. Budget numbers will actually come out a week later this year.
2 weeks later.
2 weeks later with the new governor. They give the new governor a couple extra weeks before their address budget numbers. That won't impact our budget too much regarding the timeline. The only thing that will affect for the county office, when I was at the meeting last week, was their approval of that. Because now they lose 2 weeks in the approval process. We might not get that approval. It might be 5 seconds before we have a meeting, but it will be done. So it's not going to impact us too much, but it will impact the county more than us. Pre-K and kindergarten registration information is available on the website. Again, most of our pre-K students that end up in kindergarten are automatically registered in there. We do have central office registration. We'll do new kindergarten students for that, so we will be handling that. Ms. Wilson, my office, will be setting up the meetings. Parents will come in. We have to have a student tested. I believe we're going to have one of our RTI teachers come over and test the kid like that. Like we used to do back to Lutheran Church back in the day. We had that set up.
Yeah.
We don't do that anymore, but we do have one of the same people will be doing that testing for their students, identifying for that. District calendar. Next year, 26th, I'm putting on the stands over there, so don't throw anything at me. 27th school calendar will be up for approval tonight. Thank the REA. We did come to an agreement, so we will have staff come in on August 31st and September 1st, which are Monday and Tuesday. Students will come in on a Wednesday and Thursday before Labor Day for full day. We will have off on that Friday, and we'll resume on Tuesday, I believe, with the 8th. Yes, so that will be up, and that will be posted tomorrow morning if it is approved tonight. We will not approve an adjustment to the 25-26 calendar until March because watch the weather this week. There's a possibility for more snow coming, even though it's only Wednesday, you never know. So we hope to make that change until the March meeting. If we don't have any more snow, any more days off, we will add that day
Seriously?
to the end of the school year, which will make the last day of school June 18th, I believe, instead of the 17th this year. So that's what that would look like.
That's that Thursday, it would go to
That
that
would
Thursday.
go to that Thursday. There would be in some impacts, we're working with Black Horse Pike right now regarding graduation. I'm not sure if they've come up with a number, I know Mr. Peely's been in contact with Triton as well as Belmar to see if that's going to impact, because they rent that equipment out that's used for, it's a 3-day window.
Yeah.
We're scheduled to go on Monday. Right now with that bump back, I don't know if it's going to push us to Wednesday. That would impact some staff members with their children also graduating from high school and things like that, so we will, if we slide everybody, we'll make those announcements though. We should know by next month what number have graduation. If not, we're going to make sure we do. Memorandum agreement. Chief and I will be attending the meeting on March 31st. He and I will also need to review that memorandum agreement. Nothing much has changed in that. We're giving your signatures, that's only going to be 5 signatures each, and that will be approved probably at the April meeting once we have that signed off. As I said, state budget numbers after the governor's address comes up. Thank you for the PTA last night. It was a Founder's Day dinner, nice turnout over at Adelphia's. They did a great job with that. Ms. Branswell, I'm sure you'll talk about our RYA fundraiser later, coming up at the end of the month. We do have a group of staff members willing to play against the coaches. Board members want to play, you want to join our team, we're a little thin on numbers this year.
Plus, once a fight, she already told me.
I'm getting older, so who knows. I don't know if I can get down too much. And then I did attend the Centennial Celebration Planning Meeting back on January 29th, as well as some other board members were there and some community members. They have a lot of great things planned for the celebration. I know some of our administrators are planning some things we can do with the school to coordinate with that. I think you have another meeting coming in March 12th. So just be on the lookout for that stuff. We will try to post anything that the borough has. We will piggyback off of that to get the word out there. See if we could do that.
I have a question on that note, and maybe, I'll wait till next meeting, it doesn't,
Okay.
Mayor and Council, have you been contacted yet?
Yeah, it's kind of early though, because that's usually.
But that's the idea.
They want to be early.
That's the idea.
It would help.
Okay, I'll talk to you.
Yeah.
That is exactly the idea, like having
Yep.
them at
So,
school.
yeah, and getting in, I know some of the people said they plan to speak to some.
100%. Yep.
I know the county clerk's office will also come in and do, county clerk's office will come in and do like presentations to the kids on voting and citizenship, things like that, so that might be able to tie into that as well. So that is all I have for you tonight. Sorry for taking so long. If there's any questions, please let me know. If not, Dr. McCain.
Okay, so as Mr. R said, we are in the middle of the 26-27 budget and planning for that. The one thing I do want to update the board on is just with federal grants. So that's our Title I, Title II, Title III, Title IV, our IDEA funds, semi-funding. At this point, for this year, 25-26, we were to start spending that grant money as of July. We have submitted claims and reimbursement. We have received no money from the state yet. So no one has really received money, it's not just Runnemede. So we put in the claims, they will then kick it back and say, you have to fix this. No one, it says it's been processed, no money has come in. So that's a large portion. We are fine financially at this point, but when you look at the budget numbers, you will see currently that like our 20 accounts are in the red because we have those receivables that we're waiting to come in. So those are salaries, those are tuitions, those are all of those things. When it comes to planning for 26-27, we were told to budget 75% of our current allocation. So whatever we received this year, we were told to plan out 75% of what we received, which is a 25% drop from where we currently were. One of the things that my office is also trying to do is making sure that we are spending that money that we received this year, because in past years, we've been able to carry that money over into future years. Now, all of a sudden, they did it with the preschool money. They've reduced incoming money based on what your carryover was from prior years, regardless of whether or not it was received. So we want to make sure that we aren't losing any of the grant funds that we do have. As Mr. Anucci said, with a new governor, She was given an extension as far as the state address where she gives her budget presentation. So that will be given on 3/10, March 10th. Budget numbers get released automatically into our budget software 2 days after that, which is March 12th. The budget is due to the county office. They are not changing that date for us. That's a statutory date, that is in code. So that is March 19th. So our board meeting is March 18th. Submission will be March 19th to the county office. Now remember, that is not the final public hearing. That is, we will present the tentative budget and we will have everything done. I will simply have to adjust and move things around based on what the actual numbers are that we receive. But that is the budget that we submit to the county office, and they ensure the fact that we have checked off every box, that we are compliant with all the areas, and that everything looks good. We will then have our public hearing in April, and then it will be the official budget for the 26-27 school year. Finance side, that's all I have on that. In terms of curriculum, we are getting ready for testing. At our most recent PD day, Mr. Leto actually met with all of our elementary and middle school teachers, not just math, to talk about testing, what testing looks like. We are moving over to the NJSLA Adaptive. For science, it is still not, it's the regular NJSLA test on the old platform because I think they still had another year of that. So that will look a little different than the NJSLA Adaptive. We also, at this past PD session, had 2 companies come in. It was both McGraw-Hill and HMH to present on the K-5 ELA curriculum. So we are looking at new ELA curriculum. Our teachers got to sit through both, kind of see what a day in the life looked like. They had already reviewed all the materials. Our teachers had also been sent out to other districts that were implementing these curriculums fully, so that way they could see the curriculums in play. They got to talk to teachers who were currently implementing it, see what all the things looked like for the program before that we make that decision for hopefully implementation in 26-27 moving forward. In terms of math, Mr. Leto worked with our middle school math teachers along with Mr. Peely and Lori Hunt over at Black Horse Pike. We will be sending our 6th through 8th grade teachers over to Black Horse Pike to observe the freshman math classes so we can get an idea of what that looks like, what our students are experiencing when they go over, what their building thinking classrooms looks like, which they model that is used, that we are actually trying to use in our 7th and 8th grade, and kind of get those days built in. Mr. Leto has actually been modeling in the classrooms those strategies and techniques, so we've seen teachers have been excited about that. And then Ms. Bishop, our preschool instructional coach, actually took our preschool teachers over to the LRC South at Rowan, where they had a presentation for preschool implementing science and math strategies in the classrooms. One of the areas that teachers said they wanted more support with was actually creating science centers and math centers to implement in the preschool classroom. They actually then got to work in the LRC, create make and take items that they were able to actually bring back into their classrooms and implement immediately. Ms. Bishop has also set up for our March P day to work with Belmar, and Belmar is a normal school day that day, so our teachers are actually going to get to go and observe Belmar's preschool program on that day, so we received positive feedback on that as well. So that's all I have in terms of.
I do admit, I apologize after meeting with Frank and Sean. ESY and summer programs will probably be impacted by the scope and sequence of work here at Waltz. So we'll probably have to shift the ESY and summer programs over to Bingham. I think we did that.
Yeah, we did.
We did, right?
Yeah, very early on.
Just because of the work that needs to be done here,
Very early on.
there would be too much going on to route kids. And people.
You're not talking about summer school. You're not talking about summer camp. You're talking about
No.
ESY and Title I stuff.
Everything.
ESY,
Yeah, no, we had summer camp over there, town fair.
Everything will be a thing.
Everything will be a thing.
Everything?
Everything will be a thing.
Yes, sir, town fair.
Everything will be a thing. We have a plan. It's
You
gonna
want
be
to blame
good.
Frank? I can blame Frank.
No.
I'm just joking.
I'm gonna blame you, not Frank.
You can blame me.
Sorry.
But it's just the work has to be done here both states. We don't have any options. Or we could shut school down for 6 weeks in the middle of the.
So at this moment, our before and after care program.
Sounds like a plan.
Tentatively, our before and after care program is run 7 weeks in the summer. So as of right now, the dates are going to be slightly different.
Don't be cutting any time off that summer.
It will be 6/22
last
through
year.
8/7.
Isn't 6/22 midweek?
6/22 is a Monday.
I'm off
Remember
on
last year I
something
missed the
then.
whole first week?
So 6/22 through 8/7 is the tentative date because we are going to be at Bingham, so we do have to make sure that we have enough time to get everything ready
I
for
was
the
all on
start.
that. So
6/22
6/22 to
to
8/7.
8/7.
That's like
So it's
4
7
weeks
weeks.
of torture.
That's at the end that you were talking about, Melissa. We were just talking about that before the meeting.
Soccer
So-
camp, flag football camp.
So we will have, that will be, so that will run normally as we have there. And then Title I ESY, tentative dates right now are 7/6 through 8/6. And that will be 4 days a week. So that comes out to be 20 days. So it's 5 weeks, 20 days total, because it's 4 days a week, Monday through Thursday.
Maybe the borough could help you out with some space if you need it. I know people.
Well, if that's something we can discuss.
That's what it used to be.
Correct.
That's where summer camp was, and it was fun. We could go across and use the field, that's what it should be.
Is that here still open?
But yeah.
We used to walk to the Holiday Inn and go
Yes.
swimming
And
on
You can
Thursdays.
still do that.
there wasn't.
Come to my house, they can swim there.
We will have that information out as quickly as we can. Sorry.
Tentative, and that will all be located at Bingham.
Sorry, that's all I
Come
have.
on, restaurant dropping off at Bingham.
All right.
That's all I have.
Any questions there? No? All right. Principals, nurses, building and grounds, special education report. Any questions? And like Mr. Iannucci said, if you have any for Ms. Hubbard or Ms. Jesse, you can shoot them an email. PTA. PTA. I know they had a beautiful Founder's Day. I can't wait till I can finally make one again. And their basket auction is coming up. I don't think there's any committee reports this month, I could be wrong. The board committee, I did rearrange some people with Dr. McCarron, I don't know if you sent that out.
I did not yet.
What I tried to do, was to be completely fair, is I tried to make, all veteran board members chair of something, so like you're the chair of personnel, okay? And then what I did, Melissa, is I put you on 3 committees instead of 2, just to get a different feel of different things, so then next year you could take over and be chair of one of them. So that's what I did for you and for Lindsay, like the people who haven't been here as long. So if you see your name on 3, that's why. Okay, so if you could share that with the board. So personnel did meet, we're getting back to trying to have some committee meetings, and there's nothing really to report on that, but we did meet on some things that need to happen personnel-wise. So now that we're going back to that, whoever is the chairperson could just briefly touch on anything that was discussed, that's not personal. So other than that, I have anything else? Do you want to speak about Cancer Weekend now before we go? Do you need anything from us?
I've been in communication with Mr. I.
Okay. And what's the dates on that? Because I think
Friday the 27th, Saturday the 28th,
you're off.
Sunday, March 1st.
And the 1st, okay.
We usually get baskets from each of the schools.
Basket.
We're working on this right now.
Working on baskets,
We'll
okay.
get basket from the board office as well.
Board office, okay. Anything else besides baskets? And then people that,
I shared a
Staff.
wish list on Amazon today
okay.
for anybody that wants to look at it.
On the Facebook page?
On the ROI
Okay, I can see that, okay. There's a wish list if anyone, okay. Awesome.
Need lots of ground beef in case anybody's,
I think this is many staff members that can come out.
Did
I
you
know
say
last
ground
year
beef?
There wasn't that many, so it's,
so an invitation,
a lot of people look forward to that.
actually, that I do, gets emailed by Mr. I.
Did
For
you
the
say
last
ground
3 years.
beef?
Swear.
All right, talk to me after the meeting. I can help with
Rock
ground.
Worker and got half cow last year, donated all 15 pounds, didn't get half cow this year.
So you mean like to cook like walking tacos? Okay, we can talk about that. We have that Restaurant Depot card. You understand what I'm saying? At the VFW.
Yes.
Okay, we'll talk. All right, so then we'll move along to new business.
Every
If
kid.
we're all good, if everyone else is good, so we're gonna do
Please
business.
come
Okay.
out.
I went to the council meeting, it was good.
You went to the council meeting? You
Yeah,
did.
meeting.
I went to Maria's meeting, the centennial
Well, I
meeting.
was at the council meeting too.
Yeah, it was good though, it was good, we talked a lot about different snow removal, different things, and then Dan called me after, because he had an idea, him and Ed had an idea, so I think, I'm gonna go to another and say, but I think they realized, because I took pictures at every corner walking with my dog, around the schools, that it wasn't just, our corners might have been good. That we-
Well, yeah, they're good because of our people.
Correct,
Uh-huh.
but like the next corner might not have been, and, you know, there were a lot. So, it was good, it was good to, because the next day, they came and cleaned a couple corners by Triton, so clearly,
And they shoveled over here in between the two houses, that is.
That's good.
yes.
So progress was made.
Yeah.
Good, that's awesome. All right. Property and transportation, I need a motion to approve items 1 and 2, please.
I'll make a motion to approve items 1 and 2 under property and transportation.
I'll second.
Motion made by Maria, second by Barbie. Any questions? Roll call.
Ms. O'Brien?
Yes.
Ms. Sams?
Yes.
Ms. Warner?
Yes.
Ms. Panzarella?
Yes.
Ms. Spalding?
Yes.
Motion passes.
There is a few that were added at the back here, so you want to look under personnel in the back. I need a motion for items 1 to 23.
I'll make a motion for items 1 to 20 under personnel.
Motion made by Maria, second by Lisa. Take a second if you need to. Any questions there? Yes,
He's
I have.
playing in the alumni game, I just.
That's nice, yeah. A lot of our teenagers are struggling looking for work, so Dr. McCarron had reached out to me, so if they come to me at school, I'm like, hey, I might be able to help you there.
Above it.
Yeah. Roll call.
Did you want to be above
Ms.
Sean?
O'Brien?
No, do you CDL?
Ms. Sams?
Yeah.
Ms. Warner?
Yeah.
Ms. Panzarella? Ms.
Yes.
Spalding?
Yes.
Motion passes.
Under finance, I need a motion to approve items number 1 through 6.
I'll make a motion to approve 1 through 6 and 5.
Motion made by Barbie,
I'll second.
second by Lisa. Any questions there? Roll call.
Ms. O'Brien?
Yes.
Ms. Sams?
Yes.
Ms. Warner?
Yes.
Ms. Panzarella?
Yes.
Ms. Spalding?
Yes.
Motion passes.
Under curriculum, I need a motion to approve items 1 through 4.
I'll make a motion to approve items 1 through 4 under curriculum.
Motion made by Maria,
I'll second.
second by Barbie. Any questions? Roll call.
Is there a question or no?
You have a
No,
question?
I just thought of something, I'm sorry.
Sorry. Ms. O'Brien?
Yes.
Ms. Sams?
Yes.
Ms. Warner?
Yes.
Ms. Panzarella?
Yes.
Ms. Spalding?
Yes.
Motion passes.
Under policy and public relations, I need a motion to approve items number 1 through 6.
Somebody approve coming back before Labor Day.
Did you make a motion, Lisa? I'm sorry. Motion made by Lisa.
I'll second.
Oh,
Oh,
second by
Lord.
Barbie. Got it, Mr.
She does
Iannucci.
like it. Look at that.
Before Labor Day.
Roll
you
call.
just approve.
Ms. O'Brien?
Yes.
Ms. Sams?
Yes.
Ms. Warner? Ms. Panzarella?
Yes.
Ms. Spalding?
Well, it's
Yes.
Barbara Grease.
Motion
Yeah.
passes.
At this time, we are open for recognition for public comment. The public is reminded that they should attempt to resolve problems and or complaints through initial contact with the staff member or members involved therein and the chief school administrator, who is Mr. Iannucci, prior to petitioning the Board of Education. Complaints should only be brought to the Board of Education after the appropriate school staff has had a reasonable opportunity to resolve the problem at the employee level. Statements should be limited in length to 3 minutes. The public is also reminded that public complaints against a direct district employee must be made through a specific grievance process. A description of this process may be found in the Board of Ed policy, file code 0167. This policy is available upon request in the office of the board secretary, who is Dr. McCarron. Any individual naming an employee in a complaint before the Board of Education without the employee's permission could be cited for violating that employee's civil and contractual rights. At this time, is there any public comment? No? All right, if there's no need for executive session. Our next Board of Education meeting will be on March 18th at 6:30 right here in Volz Library. I need a motion to adjourn.
I'll make a motion to adjourn.
Motion made by Maria, second by Melissa. All in favor?
Aye.
Ayes have it. Meeting is adjourned.